Bonjour et bienvenue à ma chaîne. Je suis Camille Victoria et je suis très exactement ça vous donne ici avec moi. Y'all don't know how much I've practiced that, but I bet you can guess. But that was, woo, ooh, okay. Bienvenue, welcome to my channel. My name is Camille Victoria and I am so excited that you are here with me today. I've been learning French and I've been learning since October. Why did I start learning French? Well, I've always wanted to learn. It and I prayed about it and I just felt unction to pick it back up because I want to obviously start to travel and I want to be in the arena of just French-speaking countries and francophone cities and things like that. And also New York really inspired me to keep learning. So I started learning French in October. I'm going to show you just some of the different methods that I've been using and what has been the most helpful to me. And yeah, so here is a glimpse of how I've been learning over the months and just kind of what I've been doing to keep up with my learning progress. Salut! Bienvenue to my channel. How are you all? Or comment ça va? So yes, as the title suggested, I am partaking on this journey of learning Français. Oui. No, but seriously, this journey is becoming really monumental for my life because I've always wanted to learn French. I've always wanted to speak and, you know, when I go to Paris, be able to speak among the locals, right? And I felt the Lord call me to learning French when, what was it, in September? Probably in October. Yes, I think it was October when I really felt led to be in speaking again. And so I used Duolingo and I started using the app, and about after a month that I had been using it, tell me why I ran into my French teacher in high school after 10 years of not seeing her. I literally was going to Penn Station to pick up some food and I literally saw my French teacher walk out of Penn Station and I said, this is nobody but God. I'm like, what the heck? So I went and I was like, I don't want to say her name. So I said, hey, bonjour. She said, oh, bonjour, Camille. I was like, oh my gosh, comment ça va? She said, ça va bien. So that was the motivation that I needed to continue the journey, to continue to keep going. And it's November now. I recently just got back from New York, and just being in New York, I was surrounded by French. Like, so many people were speaking French. It blew my mind. Like here in Nashville, you know, you have your lots of Spanish speakers, but I've never heard French speakers, like maybe once in Walmart, maybe. But to be in New York and hearing so many fluent speakers, I'm like, this is where I need to be. So I just got back from my trip and I decided to up my French speaking and learning, and it's going well. So I was like, Lord, how can I amp up my learning? Duolingo is great right now, but I need something that's going to give me an extra oomph. And just like you would learn as a child, you know, if you walk into a classroom, you see the boards are full of words and colors and numbers and shapes. And I was like, why don't I label my items? Why don't I label things that I do and see all the time? That way I'm completely submerged in the French language. So right here is my doorknob and it says la porte, s'il te plaît, ferme la porte. So this means close the door, please. And then I have please close the door under it. So for example, I also have a lamp. So I put right here, la lampe. Ta lampe est brillante, which means the lamp is bright, or your lamp is bright. Whoop. Your lamp is bright. Ta lampe est brillante. Table. So I also have to help me pronounce it, tableau. La tableau. Nous mangeons le dîner à la table. We are eating dinner at the table. We eat dinner at the table. I may not get every word right, but generally that's what it's saying. And it's just helped me to surround myself again with French and the French language. Hey guys, good morning everyone. So I just got back from church and I want to show you all what I actually got at the library a couple weeks ago. So I went in and I got my first library card. It's so exciting. I feel like Matilda when she walked into the library and the librarian was like, you can get whatever you want. You just need a library card. I'm like, that was just, it was just such a great time. She told me I could check out 100 books and then blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, do you have any French resources? And she said, yeah. So here are the things that I got. I am so excited about this puppy right here. Okay, so this is a French launch pad for all ages. And the cool thing about this is that you don't need Wi-Fi to use it. But also it's all loaded with games. So let me go home. Side up. So here I am. I already created a profile. And look at all the different things that it offers. So it has cursive writing, French Express, Word Wow. So this is one of my favorite ones. I believe it's this one. So this is one of my favorite games, French Express. So click on Basic 1. And this is one of my favorite ways of learning, but it's digital flashcards, but then I can also hear the words being said. So I can flip and choose the option to flip. And then it shows me the French statements with the English translation up top. But then also I can shake it up. Shake it up. And it kind of, you know, rambles it up a bit. So that's one of my favorite. I believe that's... and so,
chapeau, chaussette, chaussure.
Learning French has been really trial and error, just trying to see what works for me, what doesn't work for me. And I've learned that the Launchpad has definitely helped me stay motivated to learn because it's fun and it's immersive. Instead of learning just strictly from an app. The Duolingo app does have its pros, but if you're on the basic plan, all of the ads and everything can just get really distracting. Plus just being on your phone in general is distracting. So I needed something that could sever me being on my phone and just strictly focus on learning, and the Launchpad is helping me with that. But I'm nowhere near where I want to be as far as learning. And documenting this process is just really cool, and it helps me kind of stay on my toes. But yeah, so that's one form of learning that I got from the library. The next is books. You guys, do you remember this book? Oh my goodness. This is the Rainbow Fish. So when I went, I also saw some very cute French books that I can easily translate and easily learn off of that weren't just a bunch of word bars. Here's an example. Puppy finds a friend. Le petit chien se trouve un ami. And it's so helpful. Like, it allows me to translate at the back of the book. So it has the pictures of what each thing means. And then it also has the translation underneath the French word and how to say it and just everything like that. And if I flip in the middle of the book, it has the English up top and then the French at the bottom. So it's really simple enough to where I can grasp, but interesting enough to where I can follow along. This is probably the hardest book that I've got, just because I have no idea what they're saying. Now I can kind of guess, but truthfully this is probably level 4 French, level 4 or 5 French. But I got it because it's a comic book and I could probably follow along. But I'm not gonna lie, it's up there as far as translating. So I may or may not be motivated to read from this, to be honest. But it was good to just get in to see what they offered. So there's the update. Hopefully everything will continue to go well. And if you also are learning a language, stay motivated, stay encouraged. One day you will need it. And yeah, I'm excited about where this is going to take me this year. And I'm excited that I got a library card. I mean, we have like, what, 20 plus here in Nashville, and I've only probably been to 2 libraries. So I know that there's going to be even more resources over at the other libraries that I'm excited to get my hands on. So what has been the most helpful for me? The most helpful methods for me has been Netflix and Duolingo. Now, some people may say, well, why haven't you listened to music and da 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 da? Well, I try to use at least 2 senses while I'm learning. So with Duolingo, I can use my senses because I'm touching the words, right? But I'm also hearing, and I'm also looking and seeing and reading the words. But with music, I can only hear. I can't see the words, I can't see mouths moving, and I can't apply it to an actual image. So with Netflix, I literally play a movie, or most likely an episode of, let's say, Emily in Paris. That's one show that I literally have been watching. I've already watched the whole season, but I'm rewatching it because I'm learning this time. And I put the subtitles under the video in French, and then I listen to it in English. Now I've tried putting the subtitles in English, listening to it in French, so I kind of flip-flop back and forth. My boyfriend sent me this song, and there was like, what is it saying? And he was like, this is a cool song. And I'm like, dude, he's literally asking if the girl speaks French and if she would want to sleep with him. And he was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, yeah. Did I feel good that I actually knew what they were saying? Yes. But then it's like, okay, so maybe music not right now until I get a good grasp on the foundations of the language. Where's my progress now, and how do I think I'm doing? I think I'm doing pretty darn good. Je très bien, mais je suis étudie plus de plus as I'm incorporating Netflix and Duolingo and just other forms of learning. And je suis très génie. It takes a lot to learn, especially if you're teaching yourself. I'm self-taught on a lot of different things, on media, modeling, doing my hair, nails, makeup, sewing. So this is another thing that I'm taking on as a challenge, but also because I'm just really, really motivated to learn. And whenever I'm not motivated to learn, I have an encounter with a person that just spikes just the learning juices to continue to flow. Like I went to this Mexican joint here in Nashville. It's called Tequila's. And I was just eating, and the dude was like, the server was like, le garçon was like, and I said, gracias. And he was like, parle español. I was like, no. And so that encouraged me to keep going and learning, because next I do want to dabble and learn Spanish. And I've also learned that Francais and Espanol are both literal roots of Latin. The Latin language is both French and Spanish, and then some other languages too, because a lot of the words are the same, just with different pronunciations. So you guys, thank you all so much for watching. That is a quick update on how French is going, where I'm at now, and where I want to be is to be able to carry conversations. Yes, I want to be fluent, and I would love to assess higher education for French. And as of right now, I'm working with what I have. I'm working with the contents that I have, the resources that are available to me, even utilizing the library. And I've learned that it has allowed me to get a grasp on the language, and I'm able to pick up on patterns in the speech. Merci beaucoup for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Et bonne journée. Au revoir. À bientôt.